think historically Louisiana has not been focused enough on time and place. Even though it's the year 2010, we're still at the beginning of the 21st century. We have a tendency not to look at the long view, and that's not good. I would say for the last 40 years in Louisiana, being in the deepest of the Deep South, we've missed a lot of opportunities for progressive movement going forward. We've allowed ourselves to get stuck on race, to get stuck on dysfunction, to get stuck on old arguments about is government too big or too small. Having said that, we've always had great opportunities in the state of Louisiana. We produce a huge amount of raw goods, oil and gas, intellectual capital coming out of our universities, raw talent coming off of our streets. Jazz Fest is a great manifestation of that. And one of the things that we haven't done well is been able to capture those raw materials, that intellectual capital, that raw talent, and added value to it here. We've gotten into a way of exporting all of our stuff out of the city and state and let somebody make something out of it and selling it back to us. I think it would be wise of us to reverse that trend. That's why I say we don't really have time to live in dysfunction. We got to find common ground. We got to focus on the things we agree on and then go knock them down and get them done. This is what I think they are. I think they're safety. I think everybody now wants the city to be safe. I think they want to fix the schools. And I think they want to create an environment where jobs can grow. They weren't just political slogans. They were three fundamental pillars of how you create a better society. And we're going to spend most of our time in the first 4 years of this administration working on that while simultaneously making sure that the organization of government is functional. Because if that's not functional and it's not right-sized, the right place, it may be very difficult to accomplish, success in those three areas. One of the things that my grandmother taught me very early on was not to get fancy pants when people were saying nice things to you. And one of the things I learned about my father being mayor of the city, probably the most important thing, was that it really wasn't about him at all, it was the job. That people treated him with respect and deference, not because Moon Landrieu was such a hot shot, but because he was mayor of the city. And the second I leave office, that deference will stop. I'm clear about that, number one. The second thing I'm really clear about, it's a very lonely job. The third thing I'm clear about is you gotta earn it every day. And the fourth thing I'm clear about is even though I got 66% of the vote, and it sounds like a lot, it wasn't a lot at all. Because only 38% of the people in the city voted. And those were only 38% of the people that could have voted. So when you actually count the number of votes that I got in relationship to the people that actually live here, it was a little bitty bit. And I remember that every day. But the reality is that very few people in the city actually got up, went to the polls, and pushed the button for Mitch Landrieu. I'll say this though, having said that, 100% of the people have the right to demand that I go to work every day and I do a good job. And I'm certain that they're gonna hold me accountable. But guess what? I'm gonna hold them accountable too. Because that's the only way the city's gonna work. They just want the city to work again. They just feel like we haven't found a way to get to success. They're tired of people criticizing them from being from the city of New Orleans. They have a palpable sense that we can be better than we are. Can't find our way out of, this darkness that we've been in for a long time. They have a sense of hope that it's possible, but they don't know how to get there. But they know that we can, and so they're searching just like I am and everybody else is. We're all in this thing together. And the only people that are here now are people that are here to help other people. Are they here because they have to be? And failure is really not an option to the folks that are here. And so there may be a renewed civic sense, and there may be a very small window of opportunity to capitalize. So one of the things I have to do is work with a lot of folks to restore confidence. Confidence that the money's going to be spent the right way, confidence that we're working hard. I don't think the people demand that things turn around right away. They want to see some forward movement and some progress, and they want to see it for the right reason. They want to make sure that I'm serving them and not myself. And I think if I do that and lead by example, I think a lot of people are going to come along. The most important thing I say is thank you for giving me the chance. I'm really looking forward to it. It's going to be hard. It's going to take a lot of work. It's going to take a lot of patience and endurance, perseverance, a lot of self-sacrifice, not only from me, but from them as well. But I think it's possible for us to get to a much better place than we are right now.